Hello, today we're making a video of how to test gold with acid. The first things you're going to need is one of these stones so you can mark the gold, a file, and some acid solution starting at 10 karat, 14, 18, and 22. Here we have a couple different pieces of gold. They all have different karat. First thing you want to do is look at the stamp. This one I already looked at it earlier, so I know it has a 10 karat stamp. This one here has a 14 karat stamp in here, and this one as well says 14 karat Italy on there. Depending on what it's stamped doesn't necessarily mean that it's the actual karat that's on there. It could be less. It's usually never more, because no one's going to stamp a 14 karat and give you more gold. It's usually the other way around. What you want to start first is, if you have several pieces, you want to line them up. You want to scratch them on the stone pretty hard. You're going to make a pretty thick line so you can see the marking. You're going to go one by one, side by side. I'm going to push pretty hard. Right here, as you can see, it's not marking very good. That's one of the signs telling me it might be gold plated. On here, when you have a big piece like this, you want to scratch several different pieces just to make sure one area is just not gold. But since we're just making a quick video, I'm going to scratch the clip. I'm going to make it pretty thick, so you can see. You usually always want to start with the 22 karat gold solution. But for today's video, since we know they're marked 14 and under, we're going to start with 14. What you want to do is put a little drop of acid solution on each marking. And that one you can't really see it because it didn't mark very good. Usually what's going to happen is the acid solution is going to make the mark disappear, depending on the karat. As you can see here on the 14 karat solution, this is marked 14 karat. I scratch it. The marking stays the same. On here you can't really tell because you can't really scratch the stone very good. And on this 10 karat gold, you can see that it faded the marking, indicating that it's less solution or less karat than 14. So what we want to do is do a 10 karat acid drop on that one. As you can see there, it hasn't faded anything. It's still the same marking. So it is telling us that it's 10 karat. So the next step would want to be is you want to use this file here. You want to file on the edge pretty hard. Depending on what you're going to be doing with the jewelry, if you're refining it, it doesn't really matter how hard you're scratching it because you're going to be melting it. On the scratcher, you want to hold it on the 14 karat solution for a few seconds. I usually like to do about 10 seconds to make sure it would indicate whether it's gold plated. What would happen here is, if it was gold plated, it would be eating, the acid solution would be eating the gold filling. As you can see, it hasn't eaten anything. It's just making it a darker color, indicating that it's 10 karat. We're going to do the same with this here, that's stamp 14. Remember, this one didn't scratch very good, so I want to extra scratch any gold filling that might be on the ring. What you want to do is do the same thing, is hold it on the 14 karat solution. Hold it for a few seconds. On this one right away, it's starting to do some kind of, the solution is trying to kind of eat up the gold filling. I don't know if you can really tell by the video, but if I show you like this, you can see the green on it. That's the acid solution is eating up the gold filling, and it's making it green, so you would know that that's not gold, it's just gold filling. Same you want to do here in a nice piece of jewelry. Again, if you're refining it doesn't really matter how deep you scratch it. On here we're going to scratch it pretty deep. We're going to do the same, let it sit on the acid solution for about 10 to 15 seconds. On here it didn't fade the color, it didn't make it go green, so that's indicating that it is 14 karat gold. So this is one of the ways that gold will be tested, would be with the acid solution. If you have any questions, feel free to send us a Facebook message, a tweet, and look for more videos. Thank you.